What if the most breathtaking moments in Monaco didn't happen on the red carpet, but on the streets you thought you already knew? Today, you're about to witness a scene so rare that even Monaco's locals stop, look up, and fall silent. The arrival of the billionaire ladies in their multi-million-dollar supercars. This isn't coincidence, and it isn't casual. Every angle, every reflection of sunlight on the paintwork, every step they take is part of a perfectly crafted ritual of power and elegance. But what truly makes these moments unforgettable isn't just the sound of the engines or the flawless beauty. It's the feeling that you're watching something almost hidden from the world, a coded performance that only the wealthiest and most influential women on the Riviera understand. And just when you think you've seen everything, there's a deeper story behind these arrivals that Monaco has whispered about for years, a story you're about to uncover right now. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Inside the Billionaires so you never miss the hidden world behind Monaco's luxury lifestyle. What if the most powerful signal in Monaco wasn't spoken, but arrived on four wheels? Every afternoon, just before the sun dips behind the cliffs, Monaco enters a brief, magical pause. Locals know it, tourists feel it, and the city itself seems to adjust its rhythm. Because this is the moment when the billionaire ladies begin their arrival ritual, a silent ceremony that blends elegance, precision, and unspoken hierarchy. Unlike anyone else, these women never appear randomly. Their timing is deliberate. Their routes are chosen with intention. Even the angle at which their supercars roll into Casino Square is calculated for maximum impact without ever seeming forced. It's not about showing off, it's about communicating presence in a language understood only by those within Monaco's inner circle. Each arrival feels choreographed, though no script exists. A pearlescent Pagani glides in and stops exactly where the afternoon light hits its curves. A custom pink champagne Rolls-Royce appears moments later, as if completing a scene. The women step out with a calm confidence that turns the entire square into an audience. Cameras rise, conversations lower. Even the sound of the engines carries a certain intention, like a signature in the air. But what most people don't realize is that this ritual serves a larger purpose. It sets the tone for alliances, signals new deals, and sometimes reveals subtle shifts in Monaco's social landscape. Those who watch carefully often notice patterns: who arrives together, who comes alone, who takes the long route through the marina, and who chooses the direct path past Hôtel de Paris. Because in Monaco, movement is never just movement, it's messaging. And just when you think these arrivals are simply glamorous moments meant for admiration, small details begin to hint at something deeper. Tiny gestures, shared glances, and perfectly timed sequences that suggest a private code known only to a select few. A code that, once understood, reveals a hidden structure behind the women who shape Monaco's luxury world and the surprising power they hold within it. What if every supercar a billionaire woman drives is not just a luxury, but a message? In Monaco, cars don't just move people, they communicate identity, influence, and even quiet strategy. And for the billionaire ladies, their supercar collections aren't random purchases. Each vehicle tells a story about who they are, what they value, and how they choose to appear within Monaco's intricate social fabric. Take the Lady Spec Hypercard, for example. Custom Pagani models with soft gold accents, hand-painted interiors, and pearl-finished details chosen specifically to reflect elegance rather than aggression. These women don't pick cars for speed alone. They select them for symbolism: power without intimidation, luxury without unnecessary noise, presence without confrontation. Then there are the Ferrari Roma and 812 models finished in rare pastel tones: mint silver, champagne rose, moonlight lavender. These color choices are far from coincidence. They create instant visual distinction in a city filled with red Ferraris and matte black Lamborghinis. When a pastel Ferrari turns the corner near Monte Carlo Casino, everyone knows who just arrived. Not because she announced herself, but because her car already did. Even Rolls-Royce Cullinan and Ghosts tell their own stories. Interiors with blush pink leather, starlight ceilings shaped in custom constellations, or embroidery linking back to family heritage. To many, it looks like simple luxury. But to Monaco's elite, these details quietly reveal lineage, alliances, and wealth far older and deeper than any title can express. And perhaps the most fascinating part? Their choice of car often shifts with their influence. A woman stepping into the world of major investment arrives in a sleek McLaren. One preparing for an important private meeting may switch to a silent hybrid Bentley. Some even reserve their rarest models, a one-of-one Bugatti, a bespoke Koenigsegg, for nights when a single appearance can ripple through the entire Riviera. But underneath all the shimmering paintwork and handcrafted interiors lies a deeper truth. The billionaire ladies don't just collect cars, they deploy them. Each vehicle becomes a strategic piece in their public persona, signaling moves that only Monaco's insiders know how to read, and hinting at the powerful moments that are yet to unfold. What if the most intense competition in Monaco isn't on the racetrack, but among the women who never admit they're competing at all? In a city where elegance is currency and attention is influence, the billionaire ladies have crafted a rivalry unlike any found in business or sports. It's subtle, unspoken, and wrapped in flawless smiles. But make no mistake, every arrival tells part of a greater contest. The moment one supercar rolls into Casino Square, another often follows just minutes later, gliding in with a contrasting color, a different interior theme, or a more carefully timed entrance. It's not confrontation, it's choreography. A quiet sequence that allows each woman to claim her moment without stepping on another's spotlight, yet still signaling confidence and presence. And Monaco notices everything. Locals who've watched these arrivals for years can tell when a shift is happening. A new woman begins drawing more eyes. Another changes her routine, adjusting the timing of her appearance. Someone chooses a new, rare model that no one expected. In this world, dominance doesn't come from speaking, it comes from being noticed without trying. But where does the rivalry truly begin? It's rooted in the unique power these women hold. Some are global entrepreneurs controlling major companies. Some are heirs to old dynasties. Others are newly ascending investors whose influence is growing rapidly. Their appearances in Monaco aren't random. They are signals in a landscape where reputation shapes opportunity. The competition remains polite, but the stakes are real. Who commands the most attention? Whose car sparks conversation across the Riviera? Who walks into Hotel de Paris with the quiet confidence that she owns the moment? And as the days pass, the rivalry evolves. Sometimes alliances form, sometimes distance grows, and sometimes a surprising new arrival suddenly shifts the entire balance, leaving the city whispering about who might be rising, who might be leading, and who may soon change everything. What if the real Monaco isn't the one tourists see, but the hidden world only a handful of women are allowed to enter? While millions dream of dining at Hotel de Paris or stepping inside the Monte Carlo casino, the billionaire ladies move within an entirely different Monaco, one made of private penthouses, invitation-only lounges, and hidden yacht salons far from the public eye. These spaces are not listed on maps, they don't appear on social media, and access is granted not through wealth alone, but through reputation, influence, and trust. High above the glittering coastline, penthouse sky lounges serve as their sanctuaries. The view is breathtaking, but the atmosphere is even more remarkable. Quiet, curated, and intentionally free from unnecessary attention. Here, they discuss investments, preview art pieces before auctions, or host soft-spoken gatherings where every conversation shapes future opportunities. Then there are the private clubs tucked into corners of Monaco that most residents don't even know exist. These aren't loud nightlife venues, they're refined spaces where membership is so selective that even high-profile figures may wait years for approval. Inside, the lighting is warm, the staff discreet, and the energy is unmistakable. Here, the world's most influential women talk openly, far away from cameras and curious eyes. Out on the water, super yachts offer another layer of exclusivity. Many of these vessels hide secret lounges beneath deck, complete with bespoke interiors, soundproof rooms, and panoramic windows facing the Mediterranean. Deals are made here, alliances form here, and sometimes these gatherings determine which trends will sweep through Monaco next season. But the curious thing is this. Despite their privacy, these women leave subtle traces of their movements, shifts in the city's atmosphere, patterns in their public appearances, and quiet signals visible only to those who know how to read them. Because behind every invitation-only meeting and every hidden gathering lies a larger question that Monaco has quietly pondered for years. Who truly leads these exclusive circles, and what decisions inside these rooms might reshape the city next? What if the most impressive form of wealth isn't the one you see, but the one you almost miss? In Monaco, the billionaire ladies have mastered a rare and powerful skill, the art of invisible wealth. While outsiders expect diamonds the size of marbles or flashy displays of luxury, the women who truly shape the Riviera choose a very different approach, refined, quiet, and intentional. Their fashion is the first clue. To the untrained eye, their outfits look simple, almost understated. But a closer look reveals details that only insiders recognize. Custom stitching, rare fabrics, handcrafted pieces from designers who create fewer than 10 items a year. These women don't need labels printed across their clothes. The craftsmanship itself reveals everything. The same goes for jewelry. Instead of oversized stones, they prefer minimalistic designs with extraordinary value. Flawless diamonds with invisible settings, vintage pieces passed down through generations, or bespoke creations known only within elite circles. Their accessories aren't meant to shout. They're designed to whisper, to signal heritage, intellect, and timeless refinement. Even their behavior reflects this philosophy. They walk without rushing, speak without raising their voice, and carry an aura of calm confidence that no expensive item can replicate. In Monaco, this presence is far more powerful than any public display of extravagance. It's a silent message. I don't need to prove anything. But what makes invisible wealth truly fascinating is how it shapes the city. Trends shift when these women make subtle changes, switching a color palette, choosing a certain designer, or adjusting a detail in their appearance. Boutique owners, stylists, even luxury brands watch them closely, knowing a single quiet choice can define an entire season. Yet, beneath all the elegance is something deeper, a strategy. These women understand that true influence comes from distinction, not attention. And by controlling what the world sees and what it doesn't, they hold a kind of power that few can match. Because behind every understated outfit, every soft-spoken gesture, and every invisible luxury item lies a hidden truth that Monaco's elite rarely discuss. The quietest women often hold the strongest influence. What if the most important decisions in Monaco aren't made in boardrooms, but whispered during private dinners between the world's most influential women? Behind the glamour of supercars and the glow of Monte Carlo, the billionaire ladies maintain a powerful inner network, one built on trust, selective access, and decades of connections. This isn't a social circle, it's a living ecosystem where relationships quietly determine opportunities, investments, and the flow of influence across the Riviera. The first layer of this network forms during intimate gatherings. Small, elegant dinners held in penthouses overlooking the harbor, or on yachts anchored just far enough from shore to guarantee privacy. Here, conversations are calm but consequential. Ideas are exchanged, introductions are made, and alliances begin to take shape long before the public ever sees the results. Another layer exists in their shared interests. Many of these women invest in the same fields: sustainable luxury, art, wellness technology, real estate, and innovative ventures tied to the Mediterranean. When they collaborate, projects move forward faster. When one woman signals interest, others often follow, not out of imitation, but mutual respect. They also support each other strategically. A rising entrepreneur among them might receive quiet backing or be introduced to influential partners. A woman navigating a major acquisition may find guidance from those who have handled similar decisions before. These connections create a web of support so strong that even Monaco's most established businessmen acknowledge its impact. What makes this network especially fascinating is how invisible it appears from the outside. No grand announcements, no public declarations. Yet the effects are unmistakable. Sudden shifts in the luxury market, new art pieces appearing in high-profile exhibitions, emerging brands gaining traction seemingly overnight. But the most intriguing element of all is how this network adapts. New members are welcomed with careful consideration, while others step back when their interests change. The dynamic is fluid, but the influence remains constant, shaping Monaco quietly, elegantly, and decisively. And beneath the seamless harmony lies a deeper truth that outsiders rarely realize. Some alliances strengthen the city, while others may quietly shift its balance of power. What if the real lives of Monaco's billionaire ladies begin only after the cameras are put away? For most people, the glamour ends when the supercars disappear from Casino Square. But for the billionaire ladies, that's when their world becomes even more fascinating and far more private. Their public arrivals may be dazzling, yet they represent only a tiny fraction of their actual lifestyle. Away from the crowds, their routines are surprisingly intentional. Mornings often begin quietly. Sunrise Pilates sessions on terraces overlooking the sea, personal chefs preparing custom wellness menus, or private stylists bringing curated wardrobes for the day's engagements. These moments aren't about show, they're about control, balance, and maintaining the calm confidence that defines their presence. Their days are planned with careful precision. Meetings with advisors, art curators, or investment partners take place in discreet settings. Private rooms within luxury hotels, secluded lounges, or even aboard yachts where privacy is absolute. Here, they discuss everything from tech innovations to philanthropic projects. No noise, no chaos, just clarity and influence. Even their leisure time reflects their exclusive world. And rather than public beaches, they enjoy quiet coves reachable only by boat. Instead of crowded restaurants, they prefer chef's table dinners in venues closed off just for them. They attend private concerts, intimate exhibitions, or wellness retreats curated specifically for their circle. But the true essence of their private life lies in how they navigate the constant attention Monaco brings. With security teams that blend into the background, low-profile transportation routes, and tight control over their schedules, they've perfected the balance between visibility and invisibility. And yet, despite all the privacy, subtle clues about their inner world still emerge. An unexpected meeting spotted by someone at the marina, a sudden shift in their fashion choices, or a new supercar added to their collection. These hints spark whispers across the Riviera, leaving observers to wonder what might be unfolding behind the scenes. Because while the world sees elegance and perfection, the reality behind closed doors speaks of strategic choices, hidden alliances, and quiet moments that shape far more than anyone realizes. What if Monaco's luxury world looks equal on the surface, but secretly operates under a hierarchy only insiders can recognize? To the outside world, every billionaire lady appears equally influential. They all arrive in rare supercars, step into exclusive clubs, and move with effortless confidence. But within Monaco's highest circle, there exists a quiet ranking, an unspoken structure shaped not by age or looks, but by legacy, strategic influence, and the alliances they build. At the top are the women with generational wealth, those whose families have shaped the Riviera for decades. Their presence carries a gravitas that cannot be bought. When they enter a room, conversations shift subtly. People lean in. These women don't need grand gestures. Their names alone open doors. Then come the modern powerhouses. Self-made entrepreneurs, tech innovators, and investors who turned vision into immense success. They are admired for their intelligence, independence, and ability to navigate global markets. In many ways, they represent Monaco's evolving identity, forward-thinking yet undeniably luxurious. There are also the cultural influencers, art collectors, philanthropists, and women deeply involved in shaping social and creative movements across the Riviera. Their power is softer, more emotional, but highly respected. When they support a cause or an artist, Monaco pays attention. Yet the most intriguing figure of all is the woman who moves between all three groups effortlessly. She arrives quietly, speaks rarely, but every detail, from her car choices to her gatherings, sets trends without ever being labeled as a trendsetter. Some say she is the invisible anchor of Monaco's elite circles. Others claim she's the connector who ensures harmony among powerful personalities. Her identity is never publicly highlighted, yet her influence is felt everywhere. A sudden shift in a luxury investment pattern, a new social alliance forming unexpectedly, a discreet event that gathers the exact people who need to meet. It's as if she holds a map of Monaco's power grid, one drawn from observation, trust, and impeccable timing. And while the world admires the glittering supercar arrivals and flawless appearances, those who truly understand the Riviera know there's a deeper game being played. One guided quietly by the woman whose name is rarely spoken, yet whose influence touches everything. In the end, Monaco isn't just a place of luxury. It's a living stage where every arrival, every gesture, and every quiet decision shapes the rhythm of the Riviera. The billionaire ladies who glide through its streets are more than icons of elegance. They are architects of influence, weaving power into the city's fabric in ways the world rarely sees. Their supercars may turn heads, but it's their presence, calm, confident, and effortlessly refined, that truly defines Monaco's identity. Behind every flawless appearance lies intention. Behind every subtle detail lies meaning. And behind every moment the world captures lies an entire universe that remains beautifully hidden. You've just stepped into a world most people only dream about. A world where luxury is language, where silence speaks louder than headlines, and where the women of Monaco shape the future with grace rather than noise. If you want to keep exploring these untold stories, the secret rituals, the elegance, and the power behind Monaco's most extraordinary women, make sure to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to Inside the Billionaires. Because the more you look into this world, the more you realize you've only seen the beginning.